Do you believe that true love cannot be achieved through sheer willpower and philosophy? Many people think that love is a blend of fate, emotions, and luck. But what if I told you that you could attain the person you desire through the solid principles of Stoicism? Imagine a life where you are no longer driven by anxiety or insecurity, where you know your worth and express it confidently without resorting to tricks or schemes to achieve this. What if I told you that the key to attracting lasting love lies not in external circumstances, but deep within your own character? In this transformative journey, we will uncover 10 Stoic secrets that empower you to cultivate inner strength, self-awareness, and emotional resilience. These principles will not only guide you in winning over that special someone, but also revolutionize how you perceive yourself and your relationships. Get ready to dive deep into the essence of love, where the intersection of philosophy and emotion creates a pathway to genuine connection. By the end of this video, you will not only feel more confident, but also equipped with the tools to build a meaningful relationship rooted in authenticity and respect. Join us as we unlock the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. Your journey to love starts now. Number 1. Cultivate inner peace. In a world that seldom grows silent, where the noise of daily obligations, family demands, and the silent judgments of colleagues and friends fill every corner of our minds, a rare power emerges: inner peace. Picture the professional rising before dawn to answer silent emails, swallowed by urgent tasks and the pressure to provide. Or the parent quietly making breakfast, worries about the future silently echoing with each movement in the kitchen. We carry these burdens, rarely voicing them, but they manifest in a restless heart. Stoicism, far from being cold logic, whispers a profound truth. Serenity arises not when the world quiets down, but when we learn to command the silent waves inside us. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled an empire beset by wars and betrayals, wrote in his diary, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Even surrounded by turmoil, greatness emerges from a mind trained to be still." In relationships, romantic or familiality, truly magnetic presence is not always the loudest or most charming. It is the one whose strength radiates silently, the friend who sits by your side without judgment, the partner who listens deeply without rushing to fix your pain. In the boardroom, the executive who faces setbacks with a calm resolve, silently focused, inspires greater confidence than those who panic or lash out. The Stoics teach us that the world outside will always be unpredictable. The market will fluctuate, loved ones may misunderstand us, friendships may change form. What remains ours is a silent domain. Our thoughts, our perspective, our internal dialogue. Viktor Frankl, who faced the horrors of a concentration camp, wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." This is the silent crucible of growth. Embracing inner peace is not a call to passive resignation. It is the art of controlling one's own narrative. Set boundaries. Take time for silent reflection. Solitary walk, a moment of stillness at dawn. Let small grievances float by, like leaves on a silent stream. With every resolved thought, you strengthen the quiet foundation upon which lasting relationships and personal victories are built. To those listening now, the world may remain noisy, but within you lies a place of silent strength. Cultivate it fiercely, tend to it daily, and watch as your presence inspires love, confidence, and admiration, not through force, but through a peace that speaks silently to all. Number 2. Focus on self-improvement. Life, at its core, is a silent dialogue between who we are and who we yearn to become. In a world where achievements are often broadcast and compared, true growth takes place quietly behind closed doors, through daily choices and silent struggles unknown to others. Within every family, there's the silent effort of a mother learning new skills after hours to support her children, and the father who after a long day reads instead of watching television, nourishing his mind so he can be a wiser guide for his family. At work, a dedicated team member stays late, not to impress others, but to improve processes and ease future burdens. Among friends, there's the individual who listens more than speaks, becoming a silent pillar of support, building bridges through empathy and understanding. The Stoics understood this journey. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig." Self-improvement is not a shout for the world to hear. It's a silent contract we make with ourselves to rise above yesterday's limitations. This process demands courage. It means standing before our own shortcomings with honesty, addressing silent fears, and deciding each day to move forward. In society, silent acts of kindness often change lives more profoundly than grand gestures. Consider the famous example of Abraham Lincoln, who constantly worked not just on his public image, but quietly on his capacity for forgiveness, patience, and wisdom. These unseen efforts shaped histories and healed divisions. True self-improvement is not about molding ourselves to the expectations of others. It's about cultivating compassion, clarity, and resilience from within. It involves acquiring soft skills, the ability to listen, to communicate with sincerity, and to empathize deeply. Relationship expert Dale Carnegie once observed, "Any fool can criticize, complain, and condemn, and most fools do. But it takes character and self-control to be understanding and forgiving." To pursue self-improvement is to commit to a journey without applause. Each step taken in silence, the book read, the apology offered, the habit challenged lays the groundwork for attraction, trust, and enduring love. As Benjamin Franklin wisely noted, without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. Commit to small, silent victories each day. Let who you become speak more loudly than any boast could. Through this steady journey, you will not only better yourself, but naturally inspire those around you to begin their own silent transformation. Number 3. Live in the present moment. There is an almost silent war waged within each of USA battle between the echoes of the past and shadows of tomorrow. In daily life, it's easy to let silent regrets tug at our minds, weighing us down with memories of things undone or words unsaid. Just as easily, the silent, unyielding anxiety of the unknown future creeps into our consciousness, distracting us from what is right before us. Consider the dinner table where a family gathers after a long day. The father's thoughts wander to mistakes made years prior. The mother quietly worries about the bills still unpaid. Their child speaks, yet their minds are elsewhere, trapped in a silent prison of memories and concerns. True closeness slips away, missed in the silent storm of distraction. This is not merely a domestic tableau. It happens at work, among friends, even in the company of people we love. We become absent, haunted by the silent noise of what is not and what might never be. Stoicism teaches us to break this silent cycle. Epictetus offers, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will." We cannot write yesterday's story, nor can we predict the precise pattern of tomorrow's dawn. The present moment, so easily overlooked, is where life concentrates all its power. Cultivating the ability to be truly present is not a naive escape, it's a conscious act of courage. Practical wisdom emerges when a manager, in the middle of a stressful meeting, chooses to give silent, focused attention to a team member's concerns, building true trust. In moments of friendship, the greatest gift we can offer is silent presence, listening with empathy, not seeking to solve, but honoring what's being shared. This silent listening becomes a bridge, healing wounds that words alone cannot. To live in the present moment is to become, as Marcus Aurelius counseled, confined to the present. When we let the silent burdens of past and future slip away, we embody a confidence and serenity that is both calming and magnetic to those around us. Helen Keller, a woman whose life was shaped in silence and darkness, once wrote, "Be happy with what you have and are. Be generous with both, and you won't have to hunt for happiness." She lived fully her focus on the present, a beacon for all who seek fulfillment. Train yourself each day to gently return, as often as necessary, to the silent power of now. In this space, we find joy, connection, and a deeper sense of self. This is not just philosophy, it is the silent revolution that changes lives. Number 4. Communicate with compassion. True communication begins in the silent spaces between words. In families, at work, among friends, misunderstandings often fester not because of what is said, but because of what is left unspoken, unheard, or unfelt. Compassion in communication is not a passive gesture, it's an active, silent commitment to listen with attention and empathy, to connect heart to heart, rather than merely exchange information. Within every family, the most powerful healing often comes not through loud declarations, but through the silent patience of a parent holding back judgment to hear a child struggle, or a partner choosing empathy over criticism in moments of conflict. Marcus Aurelius wisely counseled, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?" This humility, the willingness to reflect before reacting, creates bridges where walls might otherwise rise. It's in the silent pause before responding that understanding is born. In the world of business, the most trusted leaders are those who practice silent compassion. They ask for input. They listen deeply, sometimes catching what is not said outright, but felt in the silent gestures and subtle cues of their team. The late Steve Jobs, famed for his vision, was also known for the rare moments when he would stop and listen, absorbing his team's concerns before pushing forward. This silent accountability earned respect and fostered loyalty. Seneca, a master of Stoic wisdom, reminds us, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." When we communicate with compassion, we dispel silent fears and anxieties that grow in the absence of understanding. Empathizing with others doesn't mean excusing every failure, but it does mean recognizing the silent battles everyone carries. In friendships, those who become true confidants are often those who give their silent, undivided presence, making others feel acknowledged and valued. Consider this. In a society where digital messages replace face-to-face contact, the simple, silent act of looking into someone's eyes and truly listening is a rare gift. As Maya Angelou so beautifully observed, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Communicate from the heart. Use the silent power of compassion to strengthen every relationship in your life. This is not just kindness, it is transformation, reverberating far beyond words. Number 5. Maintain personal integrity. In the ever-turning world, where one's actions are watched but motivations often remain silent, maintaining personal integrity stands as the most unshakable pillar of a purposeful life. It is in the silent corners of our minds, far from the gaze of others, where true character is built or eroded. Consider the silent figure of a manager who, when confronted with an error at work, chooses honesty over the easy path of blame shifting, even if it means standing alone. Or the spouse who quietly refuses small lies in favor of transparency, cultivating an environment of lasting trust in the home. Even with friends, it's the silent loyalty, keeping promises, standing firm during hard times, honoring every word spoken, that forges bonds that last lifetimes. These everyday examples show that personal integrity is not about grand gestures, but the steadfast commitment to what is right, especially when the world does not notice. Seneca captured this enduring truth. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. In a culture where temptation for shortcuts and empty praise echoes loudly, the silent commitment to one's own moral code is a rare virtue. Whether facing the temptation to embellish one's achievements at work or to betray a confidence for personal gain, the Stoic chooses the silent path of principle, guided not by applause, but by conscience. This silent strength inspires those around you. Within society, integrity is the silent currency that builds trust within families, marriages, friendships, and workplaces. Personal integrity also serves as your silent shield. It nurtures inner peace, mitigates regret, and attracts those who seek authenticity. Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." Holding on to your principles, especially when tested, draws others to you, not because you seek their approval, but because your silent sincerity makes them feel secure. Ask yourself, what silent standards guide your daily choices? What truths cannot be compromised, even in solitude? In holding fast to them quietly, unwaveringly, you cultivate a life of purpose and an attraction stronger than words or appearances could ever provide. Integrity is not a performance. It is the silent signature of a life well lived. We've made it halfway through our journey today. Thank you for being here. Your presence here has radiated an energy that helped attract the person you desire. Please like and share this video to spread these lessons to your loved ones and friends. So together, we can build a world of happiness and peace. Number 6. Exercise gratitude. Amid all the roles life assigns, parent, partner, professional, friend, a silent virtue we too often neglect is gratitude. In a world urging us to strive for more, it can feel almost countercultural to pause, reflect, and deeply appreciate what is already present. Yet, according to the sages of Stoicism, this very act distinguishes those whose character stands quietly radiant in a noisy, demanding world. Consider the colleague who maintains grace under new pressures at work, expressing sincere thanks for the opportunity to learn even amid setbacks rather than slipping into complaint. A silent strength sets them apart. Or the partner who, despite the exhaustion and routine of daily responsibilities, chooses acknowledgement over resentment. Simple thank you, a gentle word, a mindful gesture. These are the moments that build trust and closeness, quietly nourishing the soul of a relationship. It is in the unspoken spaces of family, through the silent sacrifices of aging parents, the steadfast patience between siblings, the unwavering support of friends tested by time and distance, that gratitude reveals its transformative power. When we focus only on what we have lost or haven't achieved, dissatisfaction settles in. But when we turn our attention to what is present, health, loyalty, resilience, even the lessons wound into our hardships, our subtle shift occurs. As Epictetus reminds us, He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Modern science echoes this ancient wisdom. Studies show regular gratitude strengthens mental resilience, deepens bonds, and enhances overall well-being. The silent act of counting your blessings each morning, expressing thanks for small mercies, or refraining from negative spirals, isn't mere sentimentality, it's an act of strength. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Choose thoughts rooted in appreciation, and watch your inner and outer world change." Gratitude is not resignation to less it, is the wisdom to see the abundance quietly woven into daily life. Start this silent practice today. Each grateful thought, unspoken or shared, radiates confidence and quiet charisma to others. Embrace gratitude, become the anchor of calm in chaos, and show without boast or noise that true attraction begins where silent appreciation flourishes. Comment, being grateful below. Number 7, practice humility. True humility is a silent force, steady and powerful, shaping relationships and character in ways loud confidence never can. Look closely at circles of friends, family, colleagues, even the renowned faces of public life. Those who quietly contribute, who lend a hand without demanding applause, are the ones whose presence lingers long after words are forgotten. Boasting repels, humility attracts. No one is drawn to conversations that orbit endlessly around accomplishment and self-promotion. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "Humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less." There is wisdom in this. Humility is not self-disparagement, but honest. Self-awareness and inner balance, neither inflating nor diminishing your worth. In recent years, even prominent leaders and celebrities have recognized the value of humility. Bill Gates, reflecting on his journey, spoke of how listening to others and learning from mistakes propelled his greatest achievements. Olympic champion Simone Biles often credits her team and coaches, not merely her talent, for her success. Their silent acknowledgement of the contributions around them anchors their greatness in reality. With family, humility emerges in the silent willingness to apologize, even when pride protests. In marriages, it dissolves tension and reminds us to appreciate each partner's flaws and strengths. At work, a humble leader empowers the team, transforming the environment from competitive to collaborative. And with friends, humility deepens bonds, admitting fault, expressing gratitude, and celebrating the achievements of others with genuine joy. Arrogance breeds distance, humility inspires trust. Marcus Aurelius urged, "Receive without conceit, release without struggle." This becomes practical wisdom when you learn to accept praise graciously, let go of envy, and move through successes and failures with composure. Humility helps you forgive quickly, avoid needless conflict, and nurture kindness in a world consumed by ego. When you practice humility, you speak volumes through silent actions. Others sense sincerity, not pretense, and are drawn to your authenticity. You create space for others to feel seen, respected, and valued. Humility becomes the bridge connecting you not only to people, but to your own true self. In a world obsessed with recognition, choose the silent strength of humility. It is not the loudest who influence hearts, but those whose quiet example leaves a mark impossible to erase. Number 8. Understand and apply the dichotomy of control. Life's greatest anxieties often spring not from what happens to us, but from our silent expectation that we can command the world beyond ourselves. In the wisdom of Epictetus, some things are in our control and others not. This single insight, the Stoic dichotomy of control, holds the power to liberate you from silent burdens and transform frustration into serenity. Consider your daily encounters: a family member whose words sting, a friend who forgets your birthday, a colleague who reaps praise for your hard work. The silent urge is to shape outcomes, dictate reactions, mold people as we wish. Yet Epictetus teaches us, our control ends at our own thoughts, actions, and intentions. The rest exists beyond our grasp. Accepting this truth is not resignation, it is a pragmatic awakening. Reflect on relationships, romantic or familial. Pursuing affection or understanding from a loved one can feel urgent. Yet, the more you focus on controlling how they see you, the more you surrender your peace. The mature approach, rooted in Stoic practice, is to channel effort into what you can control: your honesty, your compassion, your growth. As Viktor Frankl, the great psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, observed, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. In the workplace, the dichotomy proves just as vital. You cannot govern the economy, the decisions of your manager, or the gossip that echoes after meetings. But you can command your silent dedication, your ethical standards, and your willingness to learn from setbacks. Focus on what can be, shaped your habits, your perspective, your response. Even in society, with its endless noise and competing values, you find strength by acknowledging what lies within and outside your reach. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens, urged Epictetus. This guiding principle encourages silent acceptance of the uncontrollable while fiercely nurturing your virtues where you can. Direct your energies wisely. Let go of the need to orchestrate the uncontrollable. Respond to setbacks with silent resolve, and you'll cultivate not only tranquility but also the genuine confidence and reliability others are drawn to. Through understanding and applying the dichotomy of control, you become the silent anchor in life's storms, a presence that inspires, connects, and endures. Number 9. Appreciate differences. In our homes, workplaces, and friendships, differences are a silent thread weaving richness into the fabric of daily life. Stoic wisdom urges us not merely to tolerate variety, but to actively value and cherish it. This understanding transforms discord into discovery and unfamiliarity into connection. Marcus Aurelius counseled, "Learn to be indifferent to what makes no difference." Yet he also recognized that our diversity, when embraced, deepens society's harmony and our own fulfillment. Consider the story of a family navigating the silent clash of generational perspectives. One member values traditions, another seeks change, a third quietly harmonizes between. These silent tensions, when acknowledged with appreciation rather than resistance, foster a space where all voices matter and understanding grows. In daily life, a colleague's habit of questioning systems can seem disruptive, but embracing that difference may spark innovation and prevent stagnation. Relationships with friends, partners, or children thrive when honest curiosity replaces the urge to judge or correct. Winston Churchill, a master of polarizing leadership, once declared, "Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen." True respect is a silent act. It reveals itself in listening without preparing a retort, in withholding the rush to critique. Even in society's most pressing issues, political divides, cultural misunderstandings, the willingness to appreciate other perspectives lays the groundwork for progress. In love, it is often the small, silent differences The way one partner greets dawn with optimism, while another needs stillness, or how one values adventure, the other security that, when respected, become points of connection rather than fracture. Instead of molding people into our image, we gain far more when we encourage their uniqueness to flourish. This silent acceptance does not dilute our own values, but expands them through empathy. Appreciating differences requires quiet strength, a commitment to see others as equally complex, layered, and worthy. Goethe said, "Unity is variety, and variety in unity is the supreme law of the universe." Practice this law daily. When you celebrate, rather than resist, what sets others apart, you create relationships grounded in trust, respect, and a silent charm that draws others in. This silent warmth, more than sameness, makes connections enduring and extraordinary. Number 10. Seek wisdom. Wisdom is a silent force, quietly shaping lives, relationships, and the very course of personal destiny. In a world overflowing with information but starving for meaning, the Stoic path reminds us that true wisdom is not stored in books, but cultivated in the silent chambers of the soul and through the crucible of daily experience. Marcus Aurelius, echoing through time, advised, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." That silent dialogue within user judgments, our self-questioning, our daily mindset determines more than any external circumstance. Look at those who radiate genuine attraction, not merely external charm or success, but a depth that draws others in. There is the quiet neighbor, always reading, always listening, who shares a well-chosen phrase at the right moment. Their wisdom isn't loud or showy, it is a silent invitation, a reassurance that others feel drawn toward. In families, the wise parent or grandparent rarely shouts advice. They offer it with a patient presence, their silent steadiness in the face of conflict speaking more than words. In the workplace, leaders who value learning inspire teams not by knowing everything, but by fostering an atmosphere of curiosity and silent inquiry. Pursuing wisdom means choosing self-growth over self-importance. Only the educated are free. Epicurus declared not because they hold more in their minds, but because their souls are unburdened by ignorance and unchecked emotion. The wise grow from every stumble, viewing each setback as raw material for self-mastery. This silent process transforms knowledge into understanding and experience into compassion. Actors, musicians, and public figures who have sought wisdom, people like Oprah Winfrey or Keanu Reeves, often draw respect not merely for their talents, but for their journey and capacity for silent reflection. They show it is possible to unite public life and private growth, inviting us to emulate their example. In the garden of your own soul, wisdom is cultivated with every decision and every silent act of introspection. As you seek and share wisdom, be listening. By reading deeply, by questioning even your own beliefs, you attract others at a fundamental level. You become not a pursuer of fleeting approval, but a silent beacon, drawing genuine connection and lasting relationships. As Ralph Waldo Emerson put it, wisdom has its root in goodness, not in knowledge. Grow wisely, and let your silent influence radiate to all those you seek to draw near. When you start applying these Stoic secrets to your life, you'll find that love is no longer a journey filled with stress and anxiety, but becomes a natural and meaningful part of your life. You'll learn to appreciate yourself, respect others, and create relationships based on understanding, patience, and sincerity. Remember, Stoicism is not a method to manipulate or control others, but a path to true freedom and happiness. When you become the best version of yourself, the person you desire will naturally be drawn to the positive energy and confidence you radiate. It's no longer a race to find love, but a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Thank you for following and joining us on this journey of uncovering Stoic secrets. Keep persevering and applying these principles to your daily life. Don't forget to share your experiences and stories with us. We wish you luck on your path to finding and maintaining true love, and always remember, happiness and love are within your reach when you know how to master yourself.